What's good, y'all? Leekautorepair. I be bullshitting on them how-to videos. I admit, but it's fine. Leek clearly got a lot going on, so I post when I can. You're just gonna have to run with that. And Jesus can, whatever y'all weep, wherever y'all weep at, or whatever, y'all go do that. Hit the like button, make sure you guys subscribe. Cool. So, working on a 2005 Cadillac Caddy, whatever y'all want to call it. Call it a Caddy where I'm from. This is a Caddy, Deville, North Star, front wheel drive, of course, or whatever. What I'm going to be doing on this is replacing the front engine mount. And the reason the front engine mount is getting replaced, you want to know symptoms, you want to know if you need to know why it went bad. You need to know symptoms so that way you can be like, hey, this video fits me. Let me go ahead and attempt this repair. That's if you're doing it yourself, or you can look at the video and point yourself to any mechanic you want to. It's your money, it's your car, you do whatever you want. So normally bad mounts, symptoms you'll get from this car, it could be as soon as you get in the car, cool, bam, put it in drive, or go forward. As soon as you hit the gas, you feel like something's lifting up front and dropping back down. Well, that's your engine doing that. Or you may notice when you're accelerating and shifting in between gears, the transmission, if the transmission mounts are bad, that'll help produce vibration, harsh shifting, and like I said, the engine mount going bad, that can affect drivability. It's just the engine's moving up and down, lifting while trying to excel a car at the same time. It's not a good combination. So you can get bad vibration too. You could be sitting at the light and drive, the car just vibrate because one of your hydraulic mounts is bad. It's all types of things. So that's just to start with. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to, not showing you exactly how to get it out. It's going to be more so a guide. The job may be too tedious or too long for me to sit up there and film, so I gotta pretty much show you guys after I'm already accomplished, get into, the part or the removal part, and I can go over and show you guys anything extra that I feel like you guys should. I'm just creating a guide for you to go by. You have to be mechanically inclined. You're not mechanically inclined, this is not going to sit well with you. So let me go ahead and grab another light. So I'm replacing the rear mount too, but this video is just going to be focusing on the front mount. They considered this at AutoZone. That's where I got the part from. They considered it the trans mount on the driver's side. No, it's the front mount on the engine side. Just make sure the part looks alike. Don't get the two side mounts that's on the side, one for the trans, one for the driver. No, you want the front one. That's if you need the one in the front. The front one, and then on one in the back. Two side mounts, they can go bad. They're hydraulic. All of these mounts in here are hydraulic except for, I think, like the rear maybe. So I'm gonna go underneath the car. I want to point out what you guys need to get this job cracking. So you don't notice, but I'm gonna make you notice. Put another light over here. All right. So pretty much we got here. I already began trying to proceed with the job, but I figured if I already got to this point, we can go ahead and finish walking. Just gonna show you guys whatever and shit. So pretty much what I got going on, I already took off the splash shield that covers the lower part of the radiator, along with this front part of the frame with the brake lines right here, the ABS module and everything. Took that shield down, and after I did that, it was like a 10mm bolt that keeps, like a bracket that keeps the brake line straight. Took that bolt off. I left the whole ABS pump on the frame. The frame's not going to drop down too much for it to mess with the integrity of the brake lines. So after I did that, I took the jack. I don't know if you guys can see the jack. Let me get another flashlight so that way we all on cue and everything. Took the floor jack, you see it right here. Put a block of wood in between to give it some comfort because, we don't want to damage the pan, aluminum or metal, steel, whatever, it's up to you. Cool, that's sitting like that, so it's supporting the engine. So while the engine is being supported, went ahead and took the two subframe bolts. I don't know if you guys can see the bolts and move the camera up, but one goes into here, which is going to look like this for you. Cool. Then it's one on the other end. Took that down, sitting on the ground. Now once you get that down, you'll have probably about at least like maybe like 4 to 5 inch drop. That's what it looks like to me. And this pretty much gives you like room. I can get a nice ratchet in here. Let me show you real quick. You see up here, probably can't see. Let's get a light up in here. But there is, if you follow the bracket, this metal bracket right here that looks like a split road. Just to put it in those terms to give you an idea, an example. But you got one bolt right there. I try to circle it for you so you can see. And then you got the other bolt right there. And you get those bolts down. So we come underneath the car. And there's another bracket right here. I got two more bolts on the side, look like 15mm bolts, and they're like another bracket, some type of rod that follows onto the transmission. So I'm going to take those off, and the mount, don't worry about separating the mount, because there's a bolt in the back you won't be able to get to, the top bolt for the mount. Bottom bolt we're going to take off, which is right there. So bam, get that off. And I'm gonna basically attempt to take the whole thing out with the bracket, or maybe have everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll let you know in a second how I'm gonna be getting this out. So whatever. But you see this mount on busted and everything. Looks like there's nothing left inside of it, but whatever, we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna this just sucks that I can't get nothing back here. So I'm gonna try to take the whole thing out with the bracket and see if I can sneak it out through here maybe, or on the back side, but I'll let you know in a second. So just let me get busy. Now that I got everything, the mount situated out here, go right there. For those real quick, little quick tip. Those who are looking to do the oil, the pressure switch, you see that guy right there, the black connector, and you can do the oil filter housing. This way, I believe it looks like you can access all three 13mm bolts, but it's hard to do the pressure switch with this long bracket. In a way, I've done it before, and I swear to God, I've done it before with the bracket in a car. It's a pain in the ass. You need like the oil filter pressure socket set. I'm not sure exactly what the size is, but I definitely snuck up in there. I definitely got up in there, but I remember moving, I think, this small little rod out of the way, and I was able to maneuver up in there. So let's focus on what we're focusing on. So I'm gonna sit the camera down and zoom you down. That's good. So this is the bracket. I don't know if you saw, I had to use some MAP gas to heat up the bottom of the, I can't even touch it because it's hot. Basically, it was free spinning, this whole thing, the nut and whatever. So this is the, I don't know if I'm getting the right angle. This is the mount, pretty much separated from out. Hydraulic fluid sits in here, so this is bone dry, nothing is in there. And so I guess all I got now is to just need to pretty much get it off of here. So it looks like underneath this plate of some sort there is a maybe this is the whole nut. I don't know. I'm going to take a socket. Looks like a size 24, 27, or 30. I'm going to try it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to disassemble this half piece of broken mount off of this bracket, and then I'm going to put the new one on. Make sure you match up your parts too to make sure it's the same. So this part should be pretty much obvious for you, and you probably want to know, well, how I'm hot, so excuse all the trying to get some air, but you want to know how to put everything back together. I'll let you know in a second. Just let me get everything together. I got to get the new mount, got to take this nut off or whatever. Just give me a second. All right, cool. So that was a 30 millimeter. The nut is just like it's just a stud. This stud pretty much broke off the base at the bottom, so it's just spinning in there. I probably could sneak it out. Whatever. This is mount is nothing. It's nothing. Can't do nothing with it. It's no good. So this is the new mount. Make sure it's just the same size. This one I got from AutoZone. You guys want to know the part numbers? The Duralast brand 3020. If you got any other better brands you want to work with, that's you. This mount costs I think it was like under my account, probably between 35, 40 bucks. I think it was like 30 something. I don't even remember, but this mount is cheap. I did see online that they sell them for a lot more, but got a good deal on this, and I take care of everybody. I'm cool like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. So I'm trying to debate whether if I should I could possibly sit this inside of the frame first, and then put this bracket in, or whatever. Both of them can't go in at the same time, so it's got to be one or the other. And obviously, I don't have nothing big to access this, this size nut to lock it in on the other end. So whatever, I got to figure out something. So whatever, I'll figure it out. There is an alignment hole too. You'll notice it. Here's for an example off the old mount. Right there, you see this little notch thing sticking up. Pretty much follow the hole that's on the bracket, and you'll be good. So I already had one and put it on. Just snug it. You don't have to be that tight. All right. Oh, I got some salty, and I'm only saying that because I said you can't put the two in together. It looks like if you just follow the way I showed you how to maneuver it, as if you can see. Sorry for the crappy camera angle, but just follow the way I put it in. You should be alright. Maybe I should have did a how-to video, but then I'm glad I didn't. Like, I felt like something in my eye. I feel like with how-to videos, you know, YouTube don't compensate enough for me to be feeling like I need to be doing that on a daily basis. And then too, it ain't like y'all paying me. It's a job. It's what I'm applying. All right, I just gotta get this over this hump right here. Oh, where's my problem? in place real good. So looks like from here, gonna start bolting up shit. I'm gonna put my bottom nut on and going to grab another jack because I'm gonna bring this whole frame up. I'm not strong enough to. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm gonna just get another jack and bring it up. I'm just gonna call it a day. So this is pretty much how, it's just how you be getting the mount out. It's pretty simple. Just follow the guide. Just follow what we talked about, and you should be good. So I gotta get back to the job. I gotta even do the back mount. I know I'm not filming for that. So if you have a 2000, it's 2005. I don't know what the range this is from. I'll leave everything in the description and in the title. So if you have a Cadillac Deville front wheel drive, North Star engine, you want to know how to get the front mount out. Pretty much, we discussed how to get it out. It's not a how to. So follow everything on the screen. I'm Leek. I'll holla at y'all.